Hey, it's IdkWhatsRc and this is my Stealing Creation guide sponsored by Smoking Dice. So for those who don't know, Stealing Creation is a minigame and it's very useful to train different skills. There are no requirements to play Stealing Creation, but I really recommend to have at least level 40 in fishing, woodcutting, mining, hunter, smithing, and crafting. To go where you can play Stealing Creation, simply use a game necklace to the gamer grotto and then run north. There is also a bank east. In this video, we'll only talk about PvP free Stealing Creation, so no combat. The main reason is that it's because it's the most efficient way to play Stealing Creation to get the fastest points and rewards. Right now, the best PvP free Stealing Creation clan is Fast SC, so they are located in the world 99. So simply go to their starting friend chat, Fast SC 456, and simply wait until the game starts, then go back to their main friend chat, Fast SC. When playing with a clan, it's very important to know the callouts to be efficient. So those are the callouts used by Fast SC. So first of all, there's the letter C, then the class level, depending on the class level of the patch, so 1 to 5. Then there's the type of the patch, like I will explain later. And finally, the location, north, east, south, west, or red base, blue base. Some players also use the term rags to refer to fragments, which are C1 patch. Okay, so now let's talk about the basics of Stealing Creation. So all around the map while playing Stealing Creation, there will be little patches that you can harvest to get sacred clay that will be later used to get a lot of points and rewards. So each patch has a type and a class level. So there are 5 types. The first one is the fragments, which are not related to any skill, and they are always class 1. Then after that, there's the tree for woodcutting, swamp for hunter, pool for fishing, and finally rock for mining. So each patch also has a class level that range from level 1 to 5. You will need to have the right scaling level to actually harvest them. Okay, so for example, if you want to collect resources from class 2 swarm, you will need at least level 20 hunter and you will collect sacred clay class 2. On the other hand, if you want to collect resources from class 5 rock, then you will need at least level 80 mining and you will get class 5 sacred clay. Okay, so with the sacred clay, you'll be able to turn it into various items. First, you will need to go at the creation kill. So each item has a class in Stealing Creation. For example, if you use a sacred clay class 2 to make a butterfly net, then your butterfly net will be class 2 and will be faster to actually catch more clay than the class 1 butterfly net, but will be slower than the class 5 net. So basically, in short, you will collect resources from patch, then use the creation kiln to transform the clay into various items, then at the end of the game you will deposit them all into the deposit table to get points. Okay, so now I will tell you how to be efficient while playing Stealing Creation. So at the beginning of the game, your only goal is to get the best tools you can and the best pouch. At the mid-game, your goal will be to collect as many clays as you can and transform them all into scrolls. And finally, at the end of the game, you will need to store everything you have in your base stock to get points. Now we'll tell you what you should do to get the best tools very fast. So first of all, don't go right away to the class 5 patch because you won't be able to collect resources very fast from it and you will waste a lot of time. Instead, look for a class 2 patch and start collecting resources. As soon as you get one of them, simply use the creation kiln to create a tool for a class 4 patch that you will have found. So simply start collecting resources from the class 4 one, and as soon as you get one, use the creation kiln once again to create a tool for a class 5 patch and collect resources from the class 5 one. And when you will have a lot of them, simply use your sacred clay class 5 to create all the tools and the bow. So the example I've just said only concern people who are between level 80 to 95. If you have a different level, the strategy is the same, but the class is different, of course. Okay, so first of all, go to world 99 and join the friend chat Fast SC 456, climb the fence, and simply wait until the game starts. Don't forget that you cannot bring any item to the minigame. So when you actually enter the minigame, you will want to heads up for a class 3 patch if you're level 19. After a while, you will manage to actually get a clay that you will use to create a tool that will be useful to collect class 4 clay. For example, right there, there's a class 4 pool, so I made an harpoon. Now my goal will be to find a class 5 patch. So I use the friend chat and there was a call out about a swarm class 5 in this northeast corner. So I went there, and there's the class 5 swarm. So I use it to collect a class 5 clay that I turned into a net and collect tons of them. Now I'll need to make a bow because the friend chat FastSC require you to have a bow without arrows to avoid combat, and the rest I make tools with it. Now your goal will be to simply collect as many clay as you can and turn them all into scrolls, which are very stackable, so it's very good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So at the beginning of the game, you should only look for C4 and C5 clay, like you can see below. And as the game goes, you will try to find C3 and plus, C2 and plus, and finally anything at the end of the game. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and you will collect a lot of points with that, especially if you have C5 tools. So this is at the end of the game. You simply pick anything like fragments, and when all the resources are all collected everywhere, the game will end in 1 minute. So now your goal is to go to your base southwest and drop everything in the deposit table to get as many points as you can. Then simply wait until the game ends, and you will see the results. So right there, I managed to get 24 reward points with that game. Even though the clan is supposed to be PvP free, it might happen that a guy decides to kill everybody. If it happens and your attack simply hide in one of the clouds, you will be protected there, and don't forget to report the guy to the clan. Another very useful tip is to always use the clan chat as much as you can. So it's very useful to get patch and kill location, but also to get how much time is left until the next game, so you don't actually go to, well, 10 minutes in advance. And finally, the last tip I can give you is to always make scrolls, because it's only take one inventory slot. By using the clan FastSC, you can expect to get around 100 points per hour. This is by getting around 23 points every game with a score of 34k, and each game should last around 14 minutes, including the time between. Okay, so now let's talk about the rewards. So by playing the game and collecting, transforming, and storing clays, you will get points that will depend on the class of the clay. So at the end of the game, if your score is high, you will get a lot of reward points, and if it's low, then you will get less points, of course. Don't forget that if your team is winning, then you will get a 10% score bonus. The first and most important reward is the proto tool. So it costs 20 points, and it will double the amount of experience you will get in a certain skill for a certain amount of experience. So in total, there are 7 tools that can double the amount of experience and 8 skills. Okay, so after doing a lot of maths, this is my conclusion. So it's more efficient to place lane creation and buy proto tool to train construction, smithing, crafting, and fletching, assuming that your time is worth 1 million GP per hour. If you want more detail about those calculations, you can simply click the link in the description. There is also the morphic tool that works about the same than the proto tool. It will boost the amount of experience you get by 220%, and it will last the same amount of experience than the proto tool. The main difference is that you won't be able to actually choose what skill it will boost, and if you want to change the skill, then it will use 10% of the charge. Having a morphic tool and switching it one time is exactly the same thing than having a proto tool. So basically, in average, you switch it less than one time to get the tool you want, then it's actually worth it. So I've done those few maths below. As you can see, if you only want to use one tool, then you will have to switch it around 4 times. So you will use 40% of the charge, so it's not efficient. But if, for example, you don't mind using 5 of the 7 tools, then it's more efficient because on average you will only switch it 0.32 times. Finally, you can also buy sacred combat equipment that will double the amount of experience in magic, melee, and range. It only lasts for 25k experience at level 99, so I don't really recommend it.